Airport is one of Southern California's fastest growing airports. Come experience the SoCal So Easy way with ONT. Go to flyontario.com to see how we connect people and places. Fight on Trojans and fly on with Ontario International Airport. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, and Sean's old teammate Keary Colbert joins the show now. The first year officially as the receivers coach for KC, but let's take it back in the day, 2001. Big five-star savior recruit comes strutting in the locker room. Keary's an old vet. What was the locker room's first reaction to seeing Big SC come in?
Well, I think you said it. I mean, he was the savior. You know what I'm saying? The
but
savior
that's never
recruit.
a good thing, right?
He had the SC. He was the first one to ever get the SC tattoo. Came in with it, you know, and got us rolling. After we got Sean Cody, we got rolling.
Oh, man, see,
easy as that.
Yeah, right. No dirt, man. No nothing. That was good. But I would be remiss if I didn't, tell Keary Colbert what he meant to my career as a young Trojan coming in, seeing a star wide receiver. They put me right next to him, 83 and 84.
That's right.
That's what you need.
And any time I came into that locker room, if I was in I just had a bad test or a bad day, and I got to sit next to Keary Colbert, I felt better going out to practice because this guy got me in the right mind frame, and he was a workaholic, Keary Colbert. Man.
Who's the Keary Colbert on this team? Because that's what you need. You need to have the seasoned guys that show guys the way, what it means to be a part of this program.
Well, I don't want to call him the Keary Colberts, but Michael Pittman is a workaholic. He works his tail off. Amon-Ra St. Brown works his tail off. I mean, offensively, we got some guys. Vavai Malapai works his tail off. We got guys on the offensive line. I mean, Austin Jackson, he works his tail off. He has fun every day. Same defensively. I mean, we got guys every day that are going, and iron sharpens iron. That's the motto.
Coach, you talked about your talented room a little bit. You have guys that had some big careers already. How do you keep them going in the spring? You said Michael Pittman's a big-time worker. But how do you keep these guys still wanting more, still trying to push for that next level and that next level as a player at USC?
Well, you got to stay hungry. I mean, always. I mean, our standard is very, very high. And the standard was set, way before Sean and I were players. And, so it's our job as coaches, it's their job as players to hold that standard and to lift it up for the younger generation and the next guys that come in. But, we do a great job of just competing with one another every day in practice. And we have a great group of guys that are self-starters and really don't need much motivation, honestly. They push themselves every day.
I needed motivation, man. I needed that Keary.
Did you?
I needed that Keary. I needed that Keary. I was next to Scott Huber, man. Scott Huber was down. He was sad at me, man. He was moping around, and I got Keary Colbert next to me, man.
Positive
we can do this,
energy.
Sean. We can do this, man. Here we go. Let's go practice hard. That's what it was like, man. That's why you need guys like that.
I mean, you're right that there is a long history of culture here, and being a part of USC football greatness. That was long before you guys. It's been going on for a century. But is there a sense, with the leaders in your room and in this locker room that, okay, maybe things need to be reset, or this team needs to find its culture a little bit after, a down season?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a secret that we didn't have a great year. And I think sometimes you get humbled in the sense of how a season goes, and it kind of it fuels the fire for, for the coming season. And, we experienced it as players, that Vegas Bowl year, and next thing you know, we ended up 10-2, Orange Bowl champions, and next year 11-1, Rose Bowl national champions, and his last year or the year after that, they were 12-0 and national. I mean, it happens fast. So I think sometimes you learn from those experiences, and you get humbled by it, and you just put the work forth and forward, and you just go out and get it every day.
We just had Coach Harrell on here, and you're working with him now. What's that experience like? What's that inside? Give us the inside look at your guys' daily meetings as the coaches.
I mean, I'm learning a ton every day. Being around Coach Graham, I mean, his knowledge of the game. He
goes by Coach Graham? I don't know.
I mean, Coach Harrell, Coach Graham, Coach G.
I didn't know what he wanted.
All of that, anything. Coach. But, I mean, it's been awesome. He's very knowledgeable of the game. He makes it very simple for our players. In the sense of where they can play fast and be confident in what they're doing. So for us as coaches, we're just trying to present them with opportunities to kind of put our drill work into play, into the game situations, give them the confidence that they need to go out and be the playmakers that they are.
You mentioned, so many talented guys in your room. One of the guys that maybe now we sort of think of as a vet, but he's just going into his sophomore year is Amon-Ra St. Brown. Had a very productive freshman year. Where can he get better, though? Because, I feel like a lot of guys from their freshman to sophomore year make a big jump, and he's got a good place to start if he's going to make a jump.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has room for growth. And, I think for him is just the more game experience that he has, I think the slower the game will get for him. You can see that in the transition of Michael Pittman and Tyler Vaughn's, from their freshman years until now. And that's just a natural evolution of a player, honestly. And I just think with more reps, he played as a freshman and he made some great plays and did some great things. And I think he's going to continue to grow and build off of that. And I'm looking forward to seeing it happen up close and personal. I love working with the guys every day. Great room. They bring great energy. And it's really, really, really exciting to be a part of it.
Coach, I saw you out there in your cleats yesterday. Are you running routes still out there? Could you still give me a sluggo, one of those Keary Colbert sluggos, one-handed pulling? Could you still snag one of those bad boys out there, man?
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have cleats on just for balance. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know
Feels
what I mean?
unnatural.
Feels right.
Yeah,
with
it's
shoes
like, you
on
ever see a baseball
field.
coach, they put the cleats on sometimes.
They put the whole uniform
Yeah.
on. That's kind of ridiculous.
If they let me, I'll come out there in a uniform. Sometimes, we end up running around and, sometimes you got to show things, you know what I'm saying? And I just like to have some anchors in the ground, and I don't want to be slipping and falling and trying to explain something.
You're listening to USC great and the current wide receivers coach, Keary Colbert. And you know what I love about KC? Huge USC hoops fan.
Yes.
As well.
Athletics.
No
USC
doubt.
athletics fan.
But he is locked in on what's going on in hoops. And so there is a very interesting player coming in this fall in Drake London. He was at practice the other day. He throws down a 540 dunk, which blew up the internet the other day. So give me the double scouting report. I want your football scouting report on Drake London and then the hoop scouting report.
Well, the football scouting report, very athletic, can play on the outside, can high point the ball very well. Has great initial quickness, really translates his natural basketball skills into great receiver skills at the line of scrimmage when he's getting by defensive backs. It's literally like you're putting a basketball in his hand and he's crossing over. On the basketball court, he's silky smooth. He can play on the wing. He can shoot the ball outside. He can get to the basket. He can play above the rim. Literally he can do it all. I was fortunate enough to go watch him play against a game against Camarillo High School, and it was a great matchup, and with him and another player that's going to the other school across the street, I think, but they had a great battle, and he's very talented.
Yeah, I remember the story back in the day. Norm Chow famously falling in love with Mike Williams, seeing him on a basketball court. Do you like seeing guys, football players on a basketball court to sort of see their agility?
Yeah, I definitely love to see football players who are just athletes in general, whether it's baseball, track, basketball, volleyball. You can get some stuff out of that as well. But definitely, especially basketball players and receivers. A lot of that stuff translates. Like I said, you see guys releasing their short area quickness. They can play above the rim. They can catch high point balls and stuff like that. So Mike Williams was a really, really good basketball player.
Yep.
They had some Lions Center games, back in the day, and he was playing. Him and Dominique Byrd were playing above the rim and doing some great things in there.
Yeah, I was a post guy, rebounder, defender. No, you didn't see much of me.
Dennis Rodman, everybody has a role. You know what I'm saying?
Defensive rebounder.
That's right. Tyler Vaughn's a good baseball player.
Tyler Vaughn's a great baseball player. He can throw it, and he can spin the ball too at quarterback. He's probably one of the better athletes on the team, to be honest with you.
Threw one last year. All right, that's Keary Colbert, your wide receivers coach, who you know and love over the years. Big season ahead for his group. A lot of talent in that room. Come check him out on Saturday all season long. USCTrojans.com/tickets. Enough with the skill guys, though. We got some big fellas next. Jay Tufele and Marlon Tuipulotu on Trojans Live.